Have you ever stood in front of your medicine cabinet, staring at a handful of pill bottles, and wondered, did I already take my morning dose? Or maybe you've felt overwhelmed trying to keep track of multiple prescriptions, each with its own schedule and instructions. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many seniors juggle several medications daily, and while these drugs are meant to improve health, mistakes can happen, sometimes with serious consequences. Today, we're diving into 5 common medication mistakes seniors must avoid because understanding how to manage your medication safely is one of the most important steps you can take for your well-being. Why does this matter so much for seniors? Well, as we age, our bodies process medications differently, and the risk of side effects or interactions increases. According to research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, nearly half of all seniors take at least 5 prescription medications daily, and that doesn't even include over-the-counter drugs or supplements. With so many pills to manage, it's easy to make errors, whether it's taking the wrong dose, skipping a dose, or mixing medications that don't play well together. But here's the good news. By learning about these common pitfalls, you can take control of your medication routine and protect yourself from unnecessary risks. Let's start with one of the most frequent mistakes: skipping doses or doubling up on medication. It's easy to lose track, especially if you're busy or distracted during the day. Maybe you forgot whether you took your morning pill and ended up taking it again later, or worse, skipped it entirely out of uncertainty. Both scenarios can be dangerous. For example, skipping a blood pressure medication might cause your levels to spike, while doubling up on certain drugs could lead to an overdose. One gentleman I spoke with, Bob, shared how he once accidentally took 2 doses of his diabetes medication after misreading the label. Thankfully, he caught the mistake early and consulted his doctor, but it was a wake-up call to stay more organized. A simple solution? Use a pill organizer or set reminders on your phone to ensure you're taking the right dose at the right time. Another critical mistake is mixing medications without consulting your doctor. You might think that adding an over-the-counter pain reliever or herbal supplement won't hurt, but even seemingly harmless products can interact with your prescriptions. For instance, some supplements like St. John's wort or vitamins like vitamin K can interfere with blood thinners or other medications, leading to complications. Experts recommend keeping an updated list of everything you're taking, including vitamins, supplements, and over-the-counter drugs, and reviewing it with your healthcare provider regularly. One woman I know, Susan, started experiencing dizziness after combining her prescription medication with an over-the-counter sleep aid. When she mentioned it to her pharmacist, they discovered the combination was causing the issue. The lesson? Always check before adding anything new to your regimen. Now, let's talk about not reading or following medication labels carefully. It's tempting to skim over the fine print, especially if you've been taking the same medication for years. But small details, like whether to take a pill with food or avoid alcohol while on the drug, can make a big difference in how effective and safe it is. For example, failing to follow storage instructions, like keeping certain medications refrigerated, could reduce their potency. Taking the time to read labels thoroughly and asking your pharmacist or doctor if something isn't clear is a simple way to avoid unnecessary problems. Now that we've covered skipping doses, mixing medications without consulting your doctor, and not reading labels carefully, let's dive into 2 more critical mistakes to avoid: ignoring side effects and relying on outdated or incomplete information about your medications. These mistakes might seem minor at first glance, but they can have serious consequences if left unchecked. Before we dive in, if you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss out on more tips to make life a little easier and safer. Let's start with ignoring side effects. Have you ever experienced something unusual after starting a new medication, like dizziness, nausea, or even mood changes, and thought, maybe this will go away on its own? While some mild side effects do fade as your body adjusts, others can signal a more serious issue that needs attention. Research shows that many seniors hesitate to report side effects because they assume they're just part of aging or an unavoidable trade-off for taking medication. But here's the truth: no one should have to suffer unnecessarily. For example, Margaret, who started taking a new blood pressure medication, noticed persistent fatigue and lightheadedness. At first, she brushed it off as a normal reaction, but when the symptoms worsened, she finally called her doctor. It turned out the dose was too high for her needs, and a simple adjustment resolved the problem. The lesson? Pay attention to how your body responds and don't hesitate to speak up if something feels off. Experts recommend keeping a medication diary where you jot down any changes in how you feel after starting or adjusting a prescription. This can help you and your doctor identify patterns and pinpoint potential issues early. If you're unsure whether a symptom is related to your medication, ask yourself, did this start after I began taking the drug? Does it improve when I skip a dose under medical supervision? Sharing these observations with your healthcare provider gives them valuable clues to ensure your treatment plan is working safely and effectively. Next, let's talk about relying on outdated or incomplete information about your medications. You might think, I've been taking this pill for years. I know everything I need to. But medications and their guidelines can change over time, and what worked for you in the past might not be the best choice now. For instance, new research might reveal previously unknown interactions or updated formulations could affect how you respond to a drug. One gentleman I spoke with, Jim, had been taking the same cholesterol medication for over a decade. During a routine checkup, his doctor explained that newer options were available with fewer side effects and better outcomes. After switching prescriptions, Jim noticed a significant improvement in his energy levels and overall well-being. Staying informed ensures you're always getting the most effective care possible. Another common issue is failing to update your healthcare providers about changes in your health status or lifestyle. For example, if you've recently lost weight, started exercising more, or developed a new condition, your medication needs might shift. Likewise, if you're seeing multiple doctors, each one may not have a complete picture of your regimen unless you advocate for yourself. A study published in the Annals of Pharmacotherapy highlights that seniors who actively communicate with their healthcare team are less likely to experience medication-related complications. Asking questions like, "Is this still the best option for me?" or "Could my other medications affect this one?" empowers you to stay in control of your health. One practical way to stay on top of your medications is to schedule regular medication reviews with your doctor or pharmacist. Think of it as a tune-up for your health. They'll assess whether your prescriptions are still appropriate, adjust dosages if needed, and answer any lingering questions you might have. For example, Sarah, a retired teacher, made it a habit to review her medications every 6 months. Not only did this help her catch potential issues early, but it also gave her peace of mind knowing she was fully informed about her treatment plan. Now, let's talk about the final mistake to avoid: failing to organize your medications properly. This might seem like a small detail, but disorganization can lead to missed doses, accidental overdoses, or even taking expired pills, all of which can jeopardize your health. The good news is that with a few simple tools and habits, you can streamline your medication routine and reduce the risk of errors. One of the easiest ways to stay organized is by using a pill organizer. These handy devices come in various designs, from daily compartments to weekly setups, and they make it easy to see at a glance whether you've taken your medications. For example, Mary, a retired nurse I spoke with, started using a pill organizer after realizing she was skipping doses because of her busy schedule. She said it not only helped her stay consistent, but also gave her peace of mind, knowing exactly what she'd taken each day. If you're concerned about remembering to fill the organizer, try setting aside a specific time each week, like Sunday evening, to prepare it for the days ahead. Pairing this habit with something you already do, like watching your favorite TV show, can make it feel less like a chore and more like part of your routine. Another helpful tool is technology. Apps like MediSafe or CareZone allow you to track your medications, set reminders, and even share updates with family members or caregivers. For seniors who are comfortable with smartphones or tablets, these apps can be a game changer. Even if you're not tech-savvy, many devices now offer voice-activated reminders, like asking Alexa or Siri to prompt you when it's time for your next dose. One gentleman I know, Robert, uses his phone's alarm feature to remind him to take his evening pills. He says it's been a lifesaver, especially on days when he gets caught up in hobbies or conversations and loses track of time. Technology doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to work for you. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. From avoiding skipped doses and mixing medications without consulting your doctor to reading labels carefully, addressing side effects, staying informed, and organizing your medications. These steps form a roadmap to help you manage your prescriptions safely and confidently. Each one builds on the last, creating a system that protects your health while giving you peace of mind. Remember, managing medications isn't just about following instructions. It's about taking charge of your well-being and ensuring you're getting the most out of your treatment plan. Here's a specific action step you can take today. Conduct a medication check-in. Gather all your prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, and supplements and review them with your doctor or pharmacist. Ask questions about anything you're unsure of and make sure you understand how each medication fits into your overall health goals. If you don't already use a pill organizer or reminder system, consider trying one this week. It's a small change that can make a big difference. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Your commitment to understanding and managing your medications shows incredible self-care and wisdom. If you found these tips helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content tailored to seniors, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which strategy resonates most with you. Together, we can build a community focused on thriving at every age. Remember, your health is worth the extra effort, and you have the power to take control of your medication routine. With a little organization and awareness, you can enjoy peace of mind and focus on living life to the fullest. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, here's to staying safe, healthy, and informed.